Hey everyone, hey and welcome back to yet another episode of Battle Rap Resume. This is your host Tom Quee. I'm here with a rare joy in the show where we have Blunt Ted on the show. You know, he was obviously a brilliant Battle Rap Resume episode we did. And, you know, I've had him on since just to sort of preview events and catch up and stuff. Ted, how's it going, man?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. How's it going?
It's good, man. Like, you know, it's been a little while since we spoke. You know, in the build up to these things, you are kind of, you know, you're known for your battle rap forum, you know, prestige to a certain extent. You said in your status, you've been in a bad mood for days. Like, why are you in such a bad mood?
I think that might have been Visceral that said that.
Right.
I don't know. Do you know what it is? Like, I'm just feeding off like all the bad energies recently. Like, I just split up with my missus as well recently. So I've had to come away from the kids and that, and then see them at weekends. But yeah, I think at the minute there's just so much negative energy, like in the planet. I don't know what's going on. But,
well, I mean, in battle rap as a whole. I mean, like...
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. It's
Ted, I need, what is your take on this situation, man? I know you're kind of a don't flop anarchist to a certain extent. Have you been rubbing your hands with glee at what's been going on?
No, not at all, mate. Like this don't flop kind of thing, it's kind of exaggerated slightly for me. Like, my kind of beef or grievance with don't flop. I haven't really got one, to be honest, man. I've always thought that is a bit of a batty, but apart from that, like, don't flop. Like, you know, I respect. I was at Newcastle. I was there for Bobby Rex versus Dialect and Kennel versus Danks Radar. Yeah. So yeah, I haven't got any problems with don't flop. And to be honest with you, I'd like to see the whole situation resolved, because at the minute, I don't know which direction battle rap's going in.
I mean,
you know,
like,
it's just split off and diverted into so many different kind of lanes at the minute.
Ted, I'm going to just, you know, there's a lot of leagues in the UK at the moment, so I'm going to just name a league in the UK, and I want you to just sort of sum them up in a word for me. How would you sum up DubScandal?
Wet.
Wet.
Okay. You wanted one word. One word.
One word. That's it.
One word. Oh, man, okay. I feel so bad about that one.
Okay. UKBL. Leech. Wow. Okay. Wet and Leech. I mean, like, I don't mean to dub you in there, like, but I just wanted to know what you thought, you know, about these leagues and stuff, because, like, I mean, I mentioned recently in an episode I did Ask Battle Resume, I was sort of talking myself about the future of Don't Flop, the future of UK battle rap, and is it, regardless of what league does well, is it a sense of Don't Flop has kind of peaked in a certain generational sense?
I think they did. Like, I think they kind of, like, they dominated the UK market for so long. And I think so many people, like, grew up. Like, a lot of people that were into battle rap were obviously quite young. Yeah. They're not all ancient like me, but a lot of people that were into it, they kind of, you know, they were probably going to university or college and whatever school, and they were talking about with their mates. But then as soon as they kind of left university and got jobs and realised that there was life, they probably like switched, and they've just locked off the battle rap. So we'll never get those viewers back, I don't think, unless something big happens. And I think Don't Flop collapsing, I don't think that's a good thing, to be honest, man. We need Don't Flop to keep on going. You know, not saying, like, obviously, like, I'm with King of the Ronalds, so I want to see King of the Ronalds do well and do better, in fact, and take over and be...
Oh, really?
You know, yeah, I'd love to see that, but ideally, like, realistically, there's not enough UK battle rap fans out there to get it back to what it was. But at the minute, it's just kind of, like, to go back on Leech and Wet,
right?
Like, just to explain slightly, like, the DubScandal lot, I think they're brilliant. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
there's
I mean, you battled DTH there, right?
I got drunk and went there while DTH spat some bars at me.
It's on the channel, man. It's on the channel. It's got 252 views right now. Come on.
Oh, it's doing amazing.
Yeah.
It's doing amazing. I'm about to hit 100k like, on that battle. But have you seen the battle?
I hate to say I haven't actually seen it. The last one I saw of you with Lil Macy. So give us the cliff notes of this battle with DTH and DubScandal.
Right, basically, to sum it up in one word,
right?
Sprungy.
Sprungy.
Wow.
Okay.
I got absolutely fucking wellied on the way there to Sheffield. and got to the event. It wasn't even an event. It was like, I think it was somebody's rehearsal studios. Like, because DubScandal, I'm pretty sure they're a band before they're a league.
Okay.
So I think DubScandal's been around for years, but yeah, it was at the rehearsal studios, and I just got absolutely wankered and forgot everything, and probably still won the battle, if I'm honest.
Okay.
Like, forgot everything, but it was hilarious. But yeah, then DubScandal, like, personally, like, I think what they're doing is great, giving opportunities to people that wouldn't have got opportunities and that. But the reason I say wet is because they're just so jolly, aren't they?
They love it.
Oh,
they love it. They love battle rap, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but it reminds me of how I was like 2.5 years ago, so I can't hate on it. But you know, when you've got like a whole group of them en masse, like at the back of Dank Schrader and the Bobby Rex battles in Newcastle, like, honestly, me and Chris were stood there like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, proper gas boys at the front.
I mean, like, battle rap needs these kind of different, you know, cultures. Yeah, shout out to all of them, man. I mean, we need this.
Yeah, shout out to all of them, man. Like, I got respect for all of them.
Oh yeah.
All star, man.
Yeah.
Apart from Dom Bow.
Oh shit, you got beef with Dom. Shit.
With Dom. I haven't got a beef with him as such. I just think like this whole stabby white people thing is like, it's getting a bit tired now. Like,
would you battle him?
Would I battle him?
Yeah,
I would battle him.
That'd be good.
I put out a status on DubScandal a few weeks ago saying Blunt Ted versus Luigiano and Don Bar, I think it was, or Don Bow. I don't even know what his last name is. Domsky won, yeah. Right. Didn't get a reply from him. You know, Luigiano, or whatever his name is still ducking.
Well, I mean, Domsky and Luigiano should be. Domsky's a good friend of the show, been on the show many times, and I would love to see you guys battle. I think that would be a fantastic battle on DubScandal. Like, you know, I don't know if anyone takes
I think it would be an alright battle, to be honest.
Yeah, be heated, man. You know, add a bit of context to it. You're both good kind of implosive writers, and Ted, I mean, from our Battle Resume episode, you know how much I love your life ruiner aspect. It's inspiring.
It is, like, it's amazing. Like, it's the best thing I ever did with my life.
Art. It's honestly, like, oh my god, like the CY stuff. Like, someone messaged me recently, actually, on Facebook, was like, "What's the Blunt Ted battle where he exposes that paedophile?" And I was just like, "Oh yeah, it's CY." And I was just like, "Oh man, it's just what a thing to have spread, man." But you know,
it was amazing. It was so brilliant.
It was amazing. But talk to me about you know, you also battled Lil Maisie. I think we haven't spoken about this battle. It was like live streamed.
Yeah, it got live streamed into the fort. Basically, it was in Nottingham, and something happened with the venue. Basically, I went down to the toilets to have a wee, and then when I came back up the stairs, like, everyone was leaving, and I thought, what the fuck's going on? But then it turned out, I think we'd overran the venue or something. So we ended up in some little underground car park somewhere, right. Some weird place with like random people coming through, and I think the camera was running out. So Exhale, like Brother Exhale, like, he decided to like live stream it into the forum, think in case the camera locked off. And yeah, it was quite good. I wouldn't mind having more battles live streamed into the forum and seeing all the live reactions. Like, it was quite fun, man.
Yeah, it's a good idea, isn't it? I mean, are you familiar with Ruin Your Day, and kind of they're doing like this watch series at the moment?
Yeah, I posted, I think it was me versus JJC4 on there the other day. The only person that popped up was fucking Hulk saying, what is it, do you like getting abused or something? I was like, what?
No. I mean, I don't mean to be sort of, you know, throwing my weight around, but I do know the Ruin Your Day guys. I do want them to watch you versus JJC4. I think they need to start watching non-grind time kind of URL battles. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but they don't really watch that many. They watch quite a lot of Don't Flop, but don't watch a lot of King of the Ronalds. But that will be one of my top picks, man. I mean, no offense, your material's brilliant, but we've got to give praise to Pigman Dan.
Pigman Dan is a fucking legend, mate.
Oh my god.
I just want to meet him. Like I'll be so starstruck if I ever meet the guy.
I want to meet him as well. Yeah. No,
can you not get him on the show?
That's the thing. I haven't really reached out, but no, he's an obvious guest. Actually, I definitely need to get him on.
He's on my Facebook if you want to reach him.
Yeah. I definitely will reach out, because it's just kind of like, he's like an unsung hero of, like, even if you hate the way King of the Ronalds has this kind of like offensive, jokey battle rap, like, you can't deny that editing skill.
No, it's amazing. It kind of, I think for a while, like, people were just looking out for his edits. Like, if you read through the comments and stuff, I mean, I think back then the roster wasn't that great. So I think they kind of did what they could to make the battles more interesting. And yeah, Pigman was just like, he's a genius, man. Like, where he gets these ideas from, I don't know. Like, possibly cocaine and cannabis, I don't know.
Wow.
But,
I mean, you know.
They're amazing. Like the JJC4 edit was brilliant, but I think my favourite one's probably Snitch versus Blitz. I think it was Snitch versus Traitor,
Right?
Which is 142 versus Blitz. Like the edit on that was like the Bill, I had like the Bill theme tune, like opening up on it. It was brilliant.
So we get to the questions. Like, as I say before this episode, you posted this status. You said you weren't in the best of moods. Our first comment is from the man Martin Visceral, who hopefully going to have on the show soon. Just before we get into his question, did you see him body Max Sherry?
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did. I did twice. I watched that
my God.
Straight one after another.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. And do you know what? And I don't think I've seen like a body in King of the Ronald history that bad. Like He just ruined him, man. Like, and it got to the point where I was sat there and I was like, oof, tone it down a bit, man. He's gonna cry again in a minute. But fair play to Mac. Like, you know, he held his tears together. He held them in. You know, fair play to him. But Visceral was mean. Like, he was really mean. But I'm battling Max Sherry next as well, so I might just try and follow on from Visceral and just see how else I can destroy him and make him feel like he's about 2 inches big. Well, he's already 2 inches big, but about an inch and a half big.
Yeah, Visceral was so good in that. I mean, he's so good altogether, really. He's one of the most underrated battlers in battle rap, no doubt. Visceral, like, you know, he's absolutely sick. Like, his freestyle game is, you know, he's just kind of the way he constructs his verses. He's brilliant at attacking as well. He gives first question. He has two questions. The first one is he wants to hear our future predictions for battle rap. What direction do we think it will go? Will it change format? Will it get better or worse? What's your general impressions, Ted?
I think at the moment, like, until there's a statement from Don't Flop or from or from some of the or something's resolved over at Don't Flop camp, I think it's really unknown as what's going to happen. My personal belief is, like, people are talking about giving away his shares to pay, like, the wages and blah blah blah. I can't see that happening. He's not going to give away his shares. You know, he'll resolve the situation somehow and he'll get a new set of staffing. And Don't Flop will continue. But the only question is that I have with that is, like, the fans turned on her really quickly when all that happened. They kind of sided with, Callum and fucking Briggsy and everybody else, and Sam sided with them. So I feel at this moment in time, wherever they go is where the fan base will go. And at the moment, from what I can see, it's Unilad. So they've kind of got away from the battle rap thing altogether. But it's still early days, so who knows? You know, we've still got UKBL there.
Yeah.
And going back to when I said leech, like,
right.
Like, I don't mean it horribly towards UKBL or Koj, but he's like opportunist is probably the word that I should have used. In fact, not leech.
You've got to be though, haven't you? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got to make the
opportunity
most.
was there, isn't it? It was a gap, but it just felt a bit early. You know, and it's fair enough if he'd have had like a few of his own roster, but you know, he's like, oh, you know, I'm finding my own roster now. Like, but from what I see, it's not. It's a King of the Ronalds, it's a Don't Flop, and it's a DubScandal roster.
Yeah, but like King of the Ronalds' early roster was a Don't Flop roster with some, you know, sprinklings of, you know, Get Slated. You've got to, you know what I mean? The early days, they've had like one event. You've got to give them a little bit of a break. But I
but I think my point with it though is that, like, he hasn't built. There's no foundations being built. He just wants to go to like bigger events. He doesn't want to like have 5 people roll, which nobody I guess does. But that's how battle rap goes. It happened with DubScandal. You know, nobody came to watch the battles for the first couple of events. They got bigger, they've improved, and now they are where they are. They're smashing it at the minute. They're getting like half decent crowds, and the events look sick. Same with King of the Ronalds. Like, they started off, you know, 5 people walking through the door, Don't Flop, rapping under a bridge in front of all these people.
Yeah.
But then who was this league that came along about a year ago? Were they American or something? I can't remember, but they came over and just booked all these battles for like ridiculous money and couldn't pay anybody.
Was it the Battle of the Brave? Was that with Clips and Scoop?
That was it. Yeah, that was it. Oh, it was Scoop, wasn't it? I remember.
Yeah,
that, yeah.
Scoop had sort of unknown debut. But yeah, they do come along here and there, but it's good to value them. And another question Visceral asks, his second one is, what's your Room 101 of battle rap, Ted? I mean, what do you hate the most?
What would I put into battle rap? Into the battle rap 101.
Battle rap Room 101, yeah.
Zed Poshol, like if that's his name, he might go in there. Odds might go in there.
Wow.
Odds, feel bad about Odds, but he turned out to be a nonce, so like I'm not going to feel sorry for him.
Right.
But allegedly, I'm just going to put it out there.
Sure.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But into my battle rap 101 is probably going to be Titan.
Wow.
Titan. I'd put him in there.
What is it about him?
He eats too much food, and like every time I've been at an event where he is, like you can't get to the food because he's there, and he's quite a big chap, and he just stands in front of it. And I've heard rumours about him like stuffing sausages and burgers into his pockets at the last DubScandal event.
Right.
So I think for that reason, like you don't fuck with food, man. So I think he needs to go in there for that reason. Would you
battle him?
Titan? Yeah, I would, to be honest, man. I like Titan. Do you know what? I'm only joking about putting him in the 101. I actually like him. I think he's improved a lot, and like I like watching his battles. It's quite funny.
Did you see Carlton Shanks and him?
I did, yeah. That was. I don't think Shanks bodied him like people are saying he did, but he definitely took the victory on it.
I agree. Yeah.
But I think with Titan, because he's a good writer, Titan, he can write well, but it's just his delivery and it's his poor performance, it's his performance. Like, he's not confident. Like, he'll say something and then he'll like start thinking about what he's saying as he's saying it. So then he like questions it himself, and he'll stand there like having a conversation with himself about the bar that he just spat, and then it kind of kills the vibe. If he just went with it, even if it was whack, like, just say it and move on, and it accepts like a gap of silence, and then move on to the next bar, because the next bar might be flames. But if you're gonna stop and dwell on the bar, it's just gonna kill the vibe off completely. So as soon as he builds up that confidence, he's good to go, man.
And next question comes from the man GEE, Glenn. I mean, talk to us about like his ascension, because he's battling Bard right next.
He's got Bard next, yeah, for the title.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think Bard's going to take it, if I'm honest. And I think he's going to take it convincingly. Don't get me wrong, like, G-Double, he's a sound guy. He's improved a lot from, like, his battles, like, 2-3 years ago. He's improved a lot, but I don't think he's, like, fully there yet. Like, maybe a year or two, but I don't think he should be battling for the title. Although he's earned it, because he's won the bottom 8 tournament, so he's earned it in that sense. But I feel O'Shea beat him. I think people just wanted G-Double to win, so they gave him the thing. But I feel like O'Shea won. Like, for me, it was just more entertaining. G-Double's quite generic. He's quite generic in what he writes and what he says. And he started doing this whole expose thing as well, where I don't know where the fuck he's got that idea from. It's quite an original idea, that whole exposure shit, man. But that's my thing. That's what I do. I expose people. But
so you have faith in Bard to retain it?
100%. Wow. Bard's fire, man. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, I know we haven't got on so well in the past, but Bard is like, he's sick, man. Like, he's good. He's definitely an in the room battler. I can see why people say that when you watch him on cam.
Right.
It's hard to feel the energy, but when you're in the room at the time, he's amazing. Like, you can't not win a battle against Bard in the room against a crowd decision. No. But then his online stuff just doesn't really do him any favours, though. That's the trouble.
Ryan Jensen asking, who's your most underrated battler?
Most underrated? Most underrated? Well, somebody... From which league? Did he say what league or just
No,
in
well,
general?
he actually says, "Why is it him?" Which is the punchline. But I mean, like, I'll kind of
Yeah.
I'll take the first half. I guess just in general, is there any battler that you're a fan of that doesn't get the praise you feel they deserve? I guess.
Riser's one of them, to be honest.
Sure.
Like, so him actually saying that, like, there is an element of truth in there. Yeah. Like, I spotted Riser before he came to King of the Ronalds. I seen his battle with Mackenzie, and then he was in some tournament as well, and he was in the final, and I think he choked in the final. But I was messaging him and saying, you need to come to fucking King of the Ronalds. And this is before I was, like, on the staff there, so I didn't really have a part. But then when Hulk was putting on I think it was Future Pagans event, first one, in Ealing, like, and I says to Ryan, I says, look, you need to go and apply for that, man. You need to get on that. And then he came down, he battled Kinnell, and like, he was sick. But he's not rated enough, like, not enough people talk about him on the forum. Like, I don't get watched as much as they should, but if you go and watch Reza versus Civil, it's a brilliant battle. From both sides, and I think Ryder took it 2-1.
Wow.
You know, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. And I know it was like, the angle that he chose was quite an obvious one with Visceral's height. But he was so funny with it, man. Like, he had some originality in there. So, yeah, I rate him a lot, man. And I've just booked him for a battle versus Bard as well in Nottingham. Yeah, next Knots event. It's August the 12th on my birthday. And, like, the main event is Bard versus Riser.
Nice.
So that's going to be that's going to be sick. Don't know who's going to win that battle. Like, I like them both. I rate them both.
No.
So, sick main event, man.
Yeah, dope. And speaking of height, the man Jake Solomon, lazy ass, obviously some guy you know battled back in the past. Which UK battlers do you want to see fly out for the next World Dom?
For the next World Dom, well, one of them is Raptor, but like I've just seen he can't fly. He put out a post yesterday, like he can't fly. So gutted for that, to be honest. But I don't know, lazy ass Jack, like he's really good. Like he's really good. I don't think World Dom 5, like who would be his time, but I think maybe a year later or something. But I think he's well on the way to like doing big things in battle rap.
Oh yeah.
But in terms of flying out to World Dom, Hulk maybe. Hulk maybe. Like when he puts the work in, he's good, and he's suited as well because he's got bars and he's got, you know, that kind of roadmanish element as well. He'd do well over there, I think. But the trouble is, I don't know if he can fly as well.
Okay, let's say Hulk hypothetically can fly. Who would you like to see him battle in the King of the Dot roster?
In the King of the Dot roster?
Yeah. It's like I know it wouldn't yeah, Ilmac, like Pat Stay. I know it wouldn't happen, but I'd like to see it.
Pat Stay would be a good battle. I think Pat's taking that battle. I think he'd win it, but I think at the same time, like I think Hulk would like put in serious effort for that battle.
It'd be great. It'd be great. That's what I'm saying. Like it's unlikely, but I think it'd be really entertaining. But I think Hulk's a good chat. Actually, I think a lot of the King of the World's people, I guess, you know, Mackenzie, Canal, etc.
Yeah, well, Mackenzie, like I've always had like a thing with Mackenzie, like not a thing with him. I've got a post of him on everything like that. But I've always like I don't make up my mind about Mackenzie. I think he's got bars. I think he's sick, but he makes me cringe a little bit when I watch him.
Max asks, have you battled Pepsi Max yet?
We were meant to battle in Manchester, and then that was when I quit King of the Ronalds. Like I think it was what happened. Yeah, Mickey uploaded me versus Lil Maisie, but he did it like a double feature. So it was like me versus Maisie on one half, and then the other half was Chapo versus Visceral. But all the sound was like all together, so both battles were ruined pretty much. And I turned into a little girl and was like, "Nah, fuck it, ain't doing it. Quit the league, all this lot, man. Done with it. Quit battle rap, was done with it." And then slowly after time, I just realised like I was being a bit of a bitch.
Right.
So I came back to it, but I'd flopped the Max battle like on that occasion. I had some fucking good material for him, man. I had some good stuff for him, so I was gutted that I had to lock it off.
Yeah, that's a shame. And he asks if you could set up a King of the Ronalds versus GZ card. I mean, let's just say King of the Ronalds card. We kind of mentioned Hulk and Pat Stay. But is there anyone else you'd match up from King of the Ronalds?
Who's that Alias guy?
Yeah, the Mickey one. Alias the Addict or something.
Yeah. Like he was actually, I know I trolled him and he ended up blocking me in the end.
Right.
But he was actually pretty good. Like I rated him a lot, man. And he had bars and he had good delivery and he could flow well. So I think if I was going to put him against somebody in the King of the Ronalds roster, it'd be a tough one. You need somebody that can actually rap really well. Like who can rap really well at King of the Ronalds? Don't know. Mackenzie might be a good answer there, man.
Right.
Mackenzie, I know I've said all that a moment ago, but like he is a good rapper and like he can flow well when he says good things. So yeah, maybe Mackenzie, but it seems like a bit of a mismatch at the same time.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, know what? Probably like King of the Ronalds versus Ground Zero is a complete mismatch anyway.
Yeah.
In itself, I don't think it's an event that could realistically ever happen. You've got more chance with, well, I was going to say Training Days versus King of the Ronalds, but I don't see that happening anymore.
No, that would be amazing. I think you're right. Yeah, I think it doesn't quite make sense. Chucky doesn't really ask a question, just says to do yourself. You and Chucky, what's that relationship like at the moment?
Oh, it's good, man. Yeah, me and Chucky's all right, man. Like, if I'm honest, something like a few weeks ago. Like, I probably shouldn't say this so it goes out on a fucking live podcast, but like 4 weeks ago, like I was sat in a hotel room, right, on my one. I'd just fucking gone through so much shit at home with the ex-missus, and I was sat here in a fucking hotel room, sniffed out my box, absolutely fucked. And I was on one a little bit, like I was a bit crazy, innit? So Chucky stayed on the phone with me. Like I was on the phone to Chucky for about 3 hours, just so that he could make sure that I didn't like do nothing stupid. I wasn't going to kill myself or nothing, but just made sure I was all right in it. So yeah, I got a lot of respect for him, man.
Damn. Yeah, no, that's dope, man. That's dope. Michael Alderson, not sure who that is, says just talk about myself.
Magic Mike, that's who that is.
Magic Mike.
Yeah, Magic Mike. Yeah, he's a cunt, innit?
He's getting an impression in the scene, isn't he? Quite quickly.
Yeah, like I gave him his tryout as well on King of the Ronalds, man. Like Euphorical gave him a shot on Clash Money,
right?
And I seen the potential there. Like nobody else saw the fucking potential with Magic Mike, man. And people thought I was stupid to like try and bring him into battle rap, like over to King of the Ronalds, because they thought he was shit. But I seen something there that people would like get into, and people would watch battles, and he wasn't that good, but he's a funny fucker.
Yeah.
And he is a funny fucker, man. And at the moment, people are like, when they're talking about matchups, people are saying Pedro and O'Shea for him.
Right. Shit.
Yeah, in terms of because he freestyles and he's similar to Pedro in the same way that he doesn't think what he says. He just says whatever comes out of his mouth, and sometimes it's a bit gay, sometimes it's a bit twisted, sometimes it's a bit this, but he just says it anyway. And he's that same kind of character. So yeah, people are matching him up with Pedro in a minute, or O'Shea, which I think Magic Mike versus O'Shea would be brilliant, man.
Yeah, this is the...
Visceral wants to battle him as well.
Yeah.
Visceral wants to battle him.
With the Don't Flop kind of debacle at the moment, this is the Wild West of matchups to a certain extent. And, DubScandal or King of the Ronalds would be silly not to book O'Shea Magic Mike. Just do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, O'Shea clearly loves to battle wherever. I'm sure his DubScandal debut is not far away. Like, it's exciting to watch these things.
That will happen soon. That will.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Who would he battle there?
DubScandal, probably Titan. Titan's probably like the most like the.
That's a huge match for Titan. To be fair, I think that's a little too. Titan needs to develop a bit more for that, maybe. But
he's battled Dank Schrader, so he's and who else did he battle? Shanks as well. So he's maybe he's getting matchups on personality, and I think O'Shea would body him, but with Titan is like I don't think he's in it to win or lose.
Sure.
Like he's there for something else, and this is one of the reasons I got respect for him as well, is because he's got like social issues and stuff. I can't remember what it was, and obviously it's not really my place to go into it too much. But he's got some kind of an issue there where he's never been sociable and being able to talk to people. So for him to start jumping in front of crowds of people and spitting bars, I think it's great, man. So for somebody to match him up against O'Shea would do his confidence, like, it would be great, man. He'd be living off that for the rest of his life, man. But I think he'd put in a good performance. I think he would. So somebody match it up, man. Someone's got to match up that.
No, that's a good shout. And final question comes from a guy that I had on the show recently. Great guy, great chat. Colton Shanks. He asks, why is Shanks the true king of the Ronalds?
Shanks, why? Because I don't know. He gives out free blowjobs to Mickey. I don't know.
Wow.
Like, it's possible. Like, it's possible.
Have you guys battled, or am I imagining that?
Shanks? Yeah. No. Do you know what? He called me out like ages ago, and then when I went to battle him, he was like, "Oh, I won't battle you."
Right.
Because he's above that now. Like, he's far beyond me. He's like top tier and all this lot. But at the same time, I did also like let him know that I knew something about him, man. And not the thing that happened in Manchester, either something else that I know about. And that was when he stopped calling me out. So,
wow.
I don't know, it could be connected or not.
Perhaps.
Could be completely connected.
That ominous Windows startup sound in the background as well. Like, just,
did you hear that?
Yeah. The foreshadowing. That's his final question. But obviously, there's still lots more to talk about. I mean, battle rap in general. What's the next battle for you?
My next battle's Max Sherry. Yeah, I've got Max Sherry in Nottingham. I think that's a battle that's been like on the cards for a while, but it's never really happened. But it's a battle that should have happened ages ago. But yeah, now it's perfect. Now it's perfect time. It's probably going to be one of my last battles as well. Like, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. I've said this loads of times. Like I can't really be bothered with it. Right. But the whole writing element of battling has just become like a real chore now. It's just like having to sit down and write bars. It just is so long because of the hours that I work as well. It's I come back from work and I just want to like roll a doob and fucking have a little drink of Jack Daniels and just sit and chill, rather than sit there and writing bars. Like, all I do is talk on the phones all day at work, and so I don't know. I might get when Blitz comes out of jail, I might get him to fucking just go write my battles and then still go out and battle.
Right.
Although he might not be talking to me though when he comes out, because I kind of accidentally asked his mum for a photograph with a shoe on her head.
What?
Well, basically, I didn't believe that Blitz was in jail. Like, he put up a post saying I'm in court tomorrow, and somebody messaged him the next day and got a message back saying, "Oh, this is Philip's mum. He's locked up. He's been sent to prison. I'm really gutted." I thought, I'm not having that. That's Blitz. Blitz is a little blagger. So I messaged and asked what was going on, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is Blitz. This is Philip's mum. Blah blah blah." I was like, "Oh, some people don't believe you, so you're going to have to prove yourself, and I'm going to need a photograph of you holding up a sign saying, what is it, Blitz's mum, and I want a shoe on your head." And she blocked me. But this was all happening on Blitz's account, so you can understand why I think that it was Blitz.
Yeah.
But then yesterday, fucking Honey, someone from the forum, I don't know if you know Honey, she's one of the Ronald girls, but... Okay. She wrote to the prison service to find out like where he was, to find out if it was true, and she got wrote back yesterday, and she put up the thing, and yeah, he's locked up. So as it turns out, I did ask his mum for a photo with a shoe on her head. Well, but she should be grateful, because I was going to send a dick pic. Wow. Not mine, obviously. Just going to download one off the internet.
Yeah.
Or I might have sent mine. Like, I don't know.
Who knows?
But,
yeah.
Who knows? Like, be a surprise for her. I'm going to find a real account, and go and send some dick pics. Oh, and fucking policeman. One sec.
And,
they're not at my door now.
And finally, Ted, like, where do you see battle rap at the end of the year, so 6 months ahead? Where do you see battle rap as we go into 2018?
Have you ever seen, what's that film with this is my rifle, this is my gun, this is for fighting, this is for what is that film?
I recognise the saying. Yeah, I'm not sure.
When they're in Nam, they're in Vietnam.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the guy blows his brain. Private Pile.
Oh yeah, Private Pile. Yeah. Full Metal Jacket.
That's it. Well done, mate. Well done. Yeah, Full Metal Jacket. Well, you know the final scene where the sniper, like I think it's a teenage girl or something, she's like just picking them off one by one.
Yeah.
Well, that's her. That's how I see it. Like at battle events, is going to be like hiding in the trees, like with his sniper rifle, just pissed off at everybody. Like that's so I see like the final event of the year. It's just going to be, I think it's just going to be like blowing off Mickey's head like from the distance. You know. And if we don't go that way, I think the final event of the season. I keep saying season, man. I keep saying that, but the final event of the year should be a collaboration between a few different leagues. Just one big kind of, because if battle rap in the UK is going to revive itself, people need to work together on and against each other, man. Like Koj, like big him up for what he's doing, man. Basically what he's trying to do is he's trying to keep the top tier battlers, keeping them going, keeping them moving. King of the Ronalds, we've kind of like the kind of, not bottom tier, but we've got like the lesser known battlers. Kind of, we've got all that covered. We're still putting on events. We've got about 4 events in the next couple of months. DubScandal, they're doing their thing as well. They're bringing people through. But who is it to put on the big battlers? Shocks the Rebel and people like that. At the minute, there's nobody really doing it. Obviously, Next in Line's popping up. But that's another, I wouldn't say feeder league, but the way it seems is a fed league, in fact, because from what I've seen, the next card is like basically King of the Ronalds versus DubScandal.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, and Danny's leaving after Next in Line 2, so it's like what his training day is going to be then. Yeah,
it's going to be, well, it could go back to just being an event again, because I don't think I was going to be able to find someone that would trust him enough to like run it separately. But also, I think Danny, he's not bothered, is he? He's got Next in Line. I think he's been building on that for a little bit. Like he's had the idea there, and it's like a Plan B type of thing. But at the minute, it looks like it's kind of branching off and it's happening. But I don't know. It's a weird one for Don't Flock. 'Cause it's as I mentioned earlier. I think Don't Flock will continue, but I can't see them pulling in the same level of battlers that they did before and the fans, because a lot of people are going to fuck off. And if Sam, Callum, Briggsy, and probably not Danny Jack, because he's gone a different route, he's doing the Next in Line. But if they were all to get involved in Next in Line, in fact, and make it all their thing, I think Next in Line would be the next big thing, with obviously Danny Jack at the helm. Which, say to him, man, I used to think Danny Jack was a bit of a dick.
Right.
But I've had my mind changed recently from hearing him on. He went on Crooks and Clashes.
Right, yeah.
And he also went on one of your rival shows. The Take Note show.
Yeah, Sarcasm City. Shout them out. Yeah.
Yeah, man, Sarcasm. Did you hear the impression they did of you, by the way?
I did actually. Yeah, I heard them, and like, if it's just like I compare our subscriber numbers, and I can't even hear them. Like, it's just.
It's different, but they're a good show, man. They're funny.
No, I'd like to go on their show. Actually, that would be funny.
Oh, mate, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I'll set that up. In fact, I'm going to speak to him. I'm going to tell them get Tom Quee on that show. Like, that would be brilliant. But yeah, that impression they did of you, man.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah, it was funny.
I was going to try and do the impression then, but I'd probably fuck it up and just sound really insultive. So
it's all good, man.
Hi there, type of thing. See, it didn't really work, did it? No. So I'm terrible at impressions.
No, it's all good. It's all good, man. So, to wrap up, how do people get at you? Your social media?
Well, I've recently discovered like you could abuse celebrities on Twitter, so you can catch me out there a little bit.
Right.
These days, yeah. I'm still waiting to hear back from Thomas Trump or whatever, Donald Trump. Like, he's not getting back to me, man. But he knows he's a fat cunt. I've told him a couple of times. But yeah, Twitter, you can get me on there. Facebook, just send me, like, any women out there want to send me some photos of your tits, like, You know, find me Lee Blunt, Ted Daniel. You just send them through. I don't mind. I will not report you. Yeah, and that's about it, really. YouTube, I'm on there. I've just have you seen the LS Dean video that I did?
Oh, the 50p head thing.
Yeah, but I changed the music to it.
Yeah, that was a weird video, wasn't it?
Well, it was there was a song years ago, like Have You Ever Been Mellow? And the video was like 3 dudes in weird shell suity type things, just walking, like doing a strange fast walk around the city, just like LS Dean was doing. So I thought, fuck it, I'm putting that music over the top. And it worked. And he saw it. I think he liked it, man. He laughed when he saw it, man.
Yeah. No, it was it was very funny, man. But you know, Ted, it's been great to have you on, man. Like, always great to catch up.
Yeah, man. It's been brilliant. Thank you for having me on again.
All good, man. Thank you, bro.